uh, who wants to save money? I know everybody in here is wanting to save money, and I'm getting ready to tell you how you can do this. If you're a homeowner or if you live, the biggest expense you have is your electric bill. And when you pay your electric bill, it's just like taking money and just throwing it out of your pocket. Well, I'm going to tell you how you can save on it. Well, you know, most of our electricity comes from coal. Coal has to be processed into electricity. We use nuclear power too, but with nuclear power you got your safety issues and you got your environmental issues. I'm going to tell you of an alternative energy source. It's been around for years and we've already know how to use it. And you also will notice that Obama's pushing it when you watch TV and advertisement. And this energy source is the sun. It's solar energy. And with this solar energy, you know, it's free, it's abundant, I mean, it's never ending. So we can use this to produce electricity for our house. You can notice by this graph right here, it's called electric unit retail sales by sector, and it's measured in trillion kilowatt hours. And if you notice this orange line right here, this is your residential use. So that means that the residential, that we're consuming more electricity than commercial or industry. So we got to get a handle, because if it keeps going, see, it started in 1950, gone up to the year 2000, look how much it's grown. So I decided to go out and look at www.eia.doe.gov. I'm trying to compare the energy sources. So it's comparing for the year 2000. We got dollars per million BTUs. You got your electricity, your gasoline, and your natural gas. Well, you see how electricity is triple natural gas and it's double your gasoline. And the reason this is, when you take coal and you got to process it into electricity, it costs money. So, and you got to understand that the more involved it gets, the more it costs. Because for every 3 units of electricity that's produced, we the consumers, we only get 1 unit of that. And you're probably wondering, well, where's the other 2 going? Well, you got your electric companies here. They have to have electricity. They have to pay their people. Plus, you also lose some in the consumption of it. Because you got to think, if it keeps going this high like it is, before we know it, we're going to wind up paying $1,000 a month electric bill. And you know, this could happen because during the summertime, our electric bill, you know how you have to pay more for kilowatt hours than you do winter? See, it could happen. And also with the government, when it gets involved in anything, it could say, well, hey, I'm going to give you this many kilowatt hours. If you go over this kilowatt hours, you're going to double. If you go over this, you're going to have to pay triple. So we got to take the initiative of being consumers and cut back on our electric bill. And on this slide right here, www.solarthermal.com, I said, well, I'm going to see, how can I turn my house into making electricity? So if you notice in this first slide, it's solar panels. And what these solar panels are, they call PVs, which is photovoltaics. And what it does, it's got these cells, it can take the sun's energy and turn it into electricity. And the advantages of having these solar panels is that you don't have these big old mechanical machinery, you don't have to have them because it converts energy real quick. And you got your environmental issue, you have no byproducts, you don't have to have water cooling motors. And another issue is that you can put them anywhere on your house. You don't have to have a big old roof or whatever. They easily to install. And this other system I've done research is these water panels. Well, you know that 25% of your electrical energy is heat and hot water. And what these solar panels do, I'll give you an example. Say like in the summertime when you have a water hose out there in your yard and it gets real hot. Well, what happens, this is basically that, but it's on a more complex level. And if we can cut back on our hot water electric usage, that'll save money. So I decided, well, if this is what I can use to make electricity, I needed to go out and research and see what vendor is actually using them now. And I went to www.gepower.com. Well, GE Power, they got this innovation called Eco-Imagination. And what it does, this house is actually in Sacramento, California. But if you notice up here on top of this roof, they got some of these solar panels. And what these solar panels are doing is they taking the sun's rays and making energy out of them. And they have different kind of systems. You can get one on the grid or off the grid, and you can get battery backup. And what happens is that it can produce a quarter to a half your electrical needs. So you're looking at half your electrical bill, that'll save money. And another thing, they have this invention called net metering. What happens, if you produce more electricity than what you really need, then they'll buy it back from you. Because, I mean, it doesn't make the house look bad or anything. I mean, it looks kind of neat. And also out in California, they got solar power plants out there. It's out there where the sun is, but you can put these solar panels anywhere in the United States. So, in conclusion, I've talked to you about why we need alternative energy. I've talked to you, we've got incentives out there on it, and also that the need for it and the cost savings. And I even give an example of one vendor, GE Power. They're out there, they have this system already in place. So another thing, if you can find somebody, electrician or carpenter or whatever, you can also save on installation. Because, I mean, you know, you can get solar panels that fit almost anywhere. Now, at this time, is there any questions you want to ask me?
Yeah. Okay, how does a residential solar electrical system work?
Well, what it is when you got these PVs, these photovoltaic cells, it's got these cells in there. It takes this solar, this sun's energy, and it transfers it into electricity on its own.
Okay, well, does these systems work at night?
Well, no, these particular systems on GE, you actually have to have full sunlight to make it work, because it's designed to be on the grid, it's not off the grid. So at nighttime, you'll have to use your utility source.
Okay, well, does these systems work on cloudy or rainy days?
No, they'll work on cloudy days, but what this system does is that you won't get the full power if it was real sunny. So, I mean, it will work.
Well, does it make hot water?
No, to do hot water, you have to have these hot water tubes. It's different. This kind of system we see here, it's got those photocells which powers your motors, your appliance, you know, all your electrical needs in your home. It wants your hot water.
Okay, if you live in a shaded area, will this be a problem?
No, I mean, you'll get some electricity out of it, but you probably won't get the full potential if you was in real direct sunlight.
Okay, will this system produce enough energy to cover all my electrical needs?
No, this system that the G's got, it's only designed to do maybe half of your electrical needs, because if you want to go total solar, you'll have to consult a solar power specialist, and you're probably talking about spending some money. So cost-wise, it'd be better just to get you a supplemental system that can produce at least half of your electrical needs.
Well, who is eligible for these incentives?
And what makes this so good, these incentives, it's not anyone can. Businesses or residential. And about your residential, it don't have to be your primary home. It can be your secondary home, or your rental property can get the incentive out of it.
Well, has the stimulus bill affected the tax credit for energy efficient home improvements?
No, if in effect, this bill, what it's done, it has actually increased the length. You got till December 31st of 2016 to install these, and you'll get 30% back of your installation. That's your equipment plus your labor cost.
Well, where can you find these qualifying products?
You can go out there to findsolar.com, or you can go to floridasolarenergy.com. You can go out to about almost any website and just punch in, and you can find out all these related to what state you live in.
Okay, that's all the questions.
Okay, that's it. How long is it?